Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now. Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Season 13, Episode 12.
You said that I made up.
I didn't say you made it up.
You said she lied.
Crystal, now it's not about you.
You're such a bitch. What is wrong with you?
So we see some brief clips of the women. Erika is doing a rehearsal for her up-and-coming show. Dorit is with her daughter. Garcelle is doing some sort of facial. So then Kyle goes over to Sutton's house. And there is some shade that Kyle throws because Sutton, her fridge was like empty. There was no food in there. So Kyle loved the event that she threw for her friend Lorraine. She thought it went pretty well. But of course, Mauricio wasn't there, and that's kind of problematic. But he will be here. Kyle says that he will be here for this year's Toothless Not Homeless Foundation. I don't think anything will ever top last year's season event with the one and only Kathy Hilton, but that's coming up. Sutton tells Kyle that she thought everything was okay with her and Annemarie, but she's confused why Annemarie is coming for her again in the other event. Also, I hate when they just cut out scenes. The last episode, Sutton had invited all of them to Barcelona. So that's where their cast trip is going to be. And Sutton is not thrilled that Annemarie is going to go, but she already did invite her. So it is what it is. But the least she could do is apologize, she says. Next up is Crystal. She FaceTimes Garcelle to talk about Kyle's event. They all loved it, but Crystal too talks about the Annemarie of it all. She doesn't like that Annemarie insinuated that Sutton had an eating disorder. Crystal is trying to figure out why she is saying all of these things. Is she trying to shame her maybe? But Crystal also has some tea. She says that when she first met Annemarie, Annemarie said that she was a doctor, but now it turns out that she's not. She's a nurse. And Crystal also did do some research about the esophagus, and it only took her about 5 minutes, and she doesn't think it's that big of a deal as much as like Annemarie is making it out to be. Then we see Dorit, PK, and some workers going to where the homeless and toothless gala is going to be at. Now, Dorit is concerned about security, but there will be about 400 people. Paula Abdul will be there, and so will a surprise guest. They look over the tablecloth, the arrangement, the colors. PK has quite a bit of... He has really good insight and input. I do love a gala, especially in Beverly Hills. Moving forward, it's Crystal. Her brother is here. He's back from China. She did tell him about the other day and the licking that they were doing. That was funny. So Jeff saw Vivi, his ex-fiance. Jeff says that he's hurt, and Vivi actually told him that she never felt accepted by Crystal and their mom. Crystal says that she just tries to be protective of Jeff. Jeff is close with both Crystal and his mom. So when a woman comes into his life, it is hard for Crystal and his mom to accept her. It's almost as if they feel a little intimidated. It's like giving Teresa and Joe vibes. Jeff says for half the year he's gonna go and live in Asia. He needs to take a little bit more control of his life, and Crystal and his mom are gonna have to understand that he is at an age where they're gonna have to let him go, you know, as far when he makes decisions about his life. I don't know, but I actually am invested in this. I personally enjoyed this storyline. So I know some people were like, oh my god, not Crystal's brother again. But I think it's kind of interesting. So then the day for the homeless and toothless event is here. We see all of them getting ready. Mauricio does go to this one, as I said earlier, and he says, tell me about your event. He says that to Kyle while they're riding to the event. He is referring to Lorraine's celebration. Kyle wishes that he would have been there because he was close to Lorraine as well. They've been apart for so long also. Like, he'll go on work, business, trips, and then she will go. And it looks like there's major communication issues. I don't think I've ever seen a scene between these two with such little chemistry. Also, props to Dorit, because look at this. This is incredible. Everybody began to arrive. Annemarie brought her husband, and her husband seemed quite popular with everybody else. Everybody came with their husband. Well, those who have husbands. Sutton came in hot though, because when she got there, they were kind of joking about her esophagus. And she says she's not going to let anybody talk about her body. And Annemarie arrives right on time to introduce Marcellus to all of them. He likes to give hugs. And Sutton says, we need to talk now. And Annemarie's like, okay. And Sutton says, you picked the wrong person. And as soon as Annemarie starts talking, Sutton says, excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am. Sutton went from like 0 to 100. So Annemarie tells her to stop yelling. And then this became World War III, y'all. Sutton says that she was not yelling, and Annemarie says, yes, you are. Wow, that's not the second lie that you've told. You're saying that you're not yelling, which you are, and you also said that you can drink alcohol with whatever medication that she's taking. And Sutton says, my doctor told me I could. I didn't lie. Annemarie says, I never said you lied. I just said it didn't make sense medically. So that's where Crystal jumps in and says, you did say she lied. Annemarie says, Crystal, you're the one who said that she had an eating disorder. I lost it with that one. Annemarie says that she gets paid for critical thinking, and Crystal says something about her medical profession. Annemarie throws it in her face that Crystal is not in the medical field, because last week on the trip, Crystal actually shared that she wanted to go to medical school but didn't because Rob wouldn't have waited for her. And in her confessional, Annemarie thinks that Crystal is resentful and projecting. That's quite a stretch. But yeah, Annemarie felt like her profession was mocked and diminished by Crystal in this moment, and they were going at it. So Crystal screams, you're such a bitch. Now keep in mind, this is a black tie upper echelons event. But yeah, Crystal was pissed. And that was crazy. As far as Annemarie, listen, in the words of the great Phaedra Parks, she's just not normal. Something in the buttermilk ain't clean. But nonetheless, Annemarie did apologize to Sutton. She says, if you want to accept it, then you can. If you don't, then that's on you. So it was like a non-apology, but at least she apologized. So then they all go to the tables and it's time for the event. There's some auction items. Dorit kicks out the gala by introducing Paula Abdul, and then Paula Abdul introduces Taylor Ding, and they loved her. They loved her performance. They were all dancing and singing. I don't know who that is, but I'm sure she's well known. Then after partying, Sutton says, listen y'all, we're going to Spain soon, and she wants everybody to get along. She tells Annemarie that she genuinely likes her. She just didn't like that Annemarie was talking about her to other people. But Annemarie says, no, I'm not going to allow you to continue this narrative. Oh my gosh. But that was it for the Foundation's gala. Then it is a new day and the women are packing for the trip. Kyle called Sutton to kind of talk about the outfits that she's going to take with her. But Kyle also is going to try and be a mediator with Annemarie and Sutton. So Kyle hangs up with Sutton and calls Annemarie. Annemarie says that she feels embarrassed after the whole thing, but she is pissed at Crystal and will not talk to her because Crystal owes her a huge apology for mocking her profession, she says. Kyle says that, let's not fight on the plane, just try to do that. But Annemarie just wants to apologize to Sutton. They were actually all kind of FaceTiming each other about what had happened the night before. We also saw Erika and Crystal FaceTime, and Erika was just happy that this drama doesn't involve her. But Crystal does not seem to have any regrets on calling her a B-TCH. So then Annemarie FaceTimes Sutton, and this time she sincerely apologized to Sutton for talking behind her back and for, quote, her part, which did kind of trip Sutton up, but Sutton accepted it. And that was it, you guys. Next week, the ladies are going to España, tia. And guys, it looks like Annemarie Wiley is here. We're going to see so much drama with her next week, and I'm here for it. So, see y'all next week. But before that, let me know, what were your thoughts about this episode? Did you enjoy it? What did you think about Crystal and Annemarie? Let me know. I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.